Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo, the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESINet goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Carbine, it's multimedia. You can get text, translate to whatever language, getting away with the legacy equipment and going into a cloud-based solution.
It's the first time in U.S. history that we have an EZINet through cloud-native call handling.
As a police officer, to have the victim go video, that's unheard of.
You're getting upgrades every month, not every year.
To schedule your free Carbine demo, please visit carbine.com/WTT.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, yo, yo. Or should I say, ho, ho, ho. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Open Mic Live. It is Thursday, December 22nd. And I'm all dressed up. Woo! I got my hat. I rushed this shipment for this here. On the bottom it says Merry Sithmas. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. I'm excited to be here with all of you. As always, this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital as well as Carbine, and a big shout out to patrons as always, but also Facebook subscribers. That's right. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But roll call. Where are you watching from? Please make sure to share this broadcast on your feed or your favorite dispatch page, and throw in some reactions as well. And let's get even more people up in here to share some stories and have some fun. As always, for Open Mic, we check in with each other. So, how are you feeling? How are you doing? There's a lot of shit going on, right? A lot of stress, whether it be work or the holiday. And the past few days I have been out doing some last minute shopping and stuff, and holy shit, has it been crazy out there. So I don't know if you can hear that, but the weather is kicking up as well. Ooh-wee. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, of course, and 10 being awesome, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And if you have a low number, hopefully we can get your number up just a little bit, even 1 notch. Or even if it stays the same and you enjoyed yourself here tonight, that's good too. And if this is your first night on Open Mic, throw that in the comments as well. Any funny 911 stories you have, throw them in there. We will I'll read those, and we'll talk about that. We'll be talking about that. Plus, um, again, I've got a few things that I want to share here. So I'm trying to keep them um, all set up. Yasmin, dude, I just saw that you sent an email. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play the audio today, but I do have an open mic that's coming up next week. That'll be right before the new year. So if I can't get it for this one, I'll make sure to do it for the next one. Let me look in here. So Dawn says, "Hey everyone, greetings and Merry Christmas from Blizzard Central. I'm under the headset praying everyone stays in the house tonight." James says, "Snowstorms it's all about the timing." Yes. Shannon, what is going on? Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. Yeah. That is great. James says, "A very wet, rainy South Jersey, expecting a lot of wind in the morning." So, okay, hold on. Let me get through this, and I've got something here in just one moment. So Don says, "I'm at a 3. Just got to work and found out I might have to work Christmas night due to someone being out with the flu. Oh man, I'm sorry." Yasmin, strong 8 or 9. Going to get cold in Florida soon. So excited. Yeah, and you've got a beanie too that you can wear. Don says, "Yasmin, it dropped like 30 degrees here within an hour." Yeah, dude. So it was a little warmer earlier. It's 22 right now, but the low is 10. It's going to be crazy. Yasmin says, "Don, I'll take the cold, but no snow." Dude, you can't have the cold without snow. Kelly here. Hello, Kelly. Hello from Canada. Hello. Hello, hello. Awesome. Christmas Eve is supposed to be nasty. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear. Don says, one of my officers made a hilarious Facebook post about the drop in temp. Well, so I'm going to change my audio here really quick because I have a good friend who sent me a video actually of how the weather is going right now. So if you are in the area where the snow and wind and everything is hitting, you know what I'm talking about. So again, I've got a video here. Someone sent it to me, and this is craziness the way this looks. So get ready. I'm going to share this here with you. Or at least I'm going to try to, because Chrome did an update, so it might not let me play my videos. What the hell? Are you kidding me? All right, let's see. Sweet, here we go. No, it's not going to let me do it. You've got to be kidding me. It's not going to let me play it now. Let me see here. Hopefully I can play this, because this was going to make it all kinds of fun. All right, hold on a minute here. Let me just make sure I've got this. Oh no, it wants me to restart Chrome. You've got to be kidding me. This is stupid. Oh, hold on. I want to try this one more time. All right, y'all keep talking. Stupid Chrome. Oh, wait a minute. I might be able to do this a different way here. Okay, hold on. We're going to do this. This is how we do it, man. We do it on the fly. We do it on the fly. Let's see if I can play it this way. If I can play it this way, it'll be good. I was so excited, man, to be able to play this video that was sent to me showing the weather outside. Yes, adapt and overcome. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right, let's see.
Hit. The storm of storms. And only 2 days before Christmas Eve,
Oh my God. Don, it is hilarious that you put that on there. How did you know? You're in my head, dude. Don says, I was walking in my house earlier on the north side and it sounded like the storm scene in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. So, okay. So hold on a minute. Let me change this really quick. Okay. So this is good. This is awesome. So I was able to play it either way. Thank you, StreamYard, for having different options to be able to play this like this. So I was my daughters and I, like, we're in the living room, right, and can hear the wind and everything. And I said, you know what? I said it would be funny if I could find this clip and play it, especially because he says, and 2 days before Christmas Eve. And it is 2 days before Christmas Eve. So I found the clip and everything, and I said, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. But it is how it sounds outside, man. Kelly, Merry Christmas as well. So I'm just gonna play it one more time because it's only a few seconds, but I thought it was hilarious.
It hit. The storm of storms. And only 2 days before Christmas Eve.
That is funny. That's the best. Oh man, that is great. Oh, Don says that is freaking hilarious that I said that exact same thing earlier, and then was trying what, and then I was typing it without even knowing that's what you were going to play. Yes. See, that's how we think. We got that humor, man. We got that humor. So anyway, that of course was from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But it does sound like that outside. And actually, so I've got this big window like over here, and it's not like it's not the best window. So I don't know if you can hear it, but you can kind of hear it a little bit. It's definitely interesting, but we're in for it for sure. Patrick, what is going on? Erica, what is going on? Erica says that's what my hubby thinks is gonna be like here in East Tennessee tonight, because here's or there's some snow in the forecast. Whew. If any of you are in it, stay inside, okay? If you're at work, God bless you. You're awesome. And also be safe. Be safe, please. Everybody, be safe. Let's see. Dawn says, I went to let my dogs out. So you were the person who let the dogs out. Sorry, that was a dad joke. That was so bad. Opened the door. They looked out and turned their heads and looked at me as if to say, you go out there and pee. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to see if I've got this other video that I want to play, because it was something that I put up earlier today, actually. Today, yesterday, I don't know. My days are like, just like all of you, my days are, they're all messed up. So let me see. Yeah, no, Google's not going to let me do it. So I'm going to do it the same way I did before. And then it'll all work out. And it's just going to play right off the bat. So there's no freaking warning, man. That's the only thing. There needs to be a warning. So let me see. Okay, here we go. So let me go over here. Okay, you see that? The championship belt. Ah. So the past couple of weeks, all I have been doing, well, of course, all of this, but in between all of that, I've been cutting, weeding, and taping decals, pressing hats, pressing beanies, screen printing sweatshirts. Dude, it has been crazy. So these were just a few clips of what I had been doing. There was more stuff. I didn't even get a chance to put that in the video. But I had posted this because I wanted people to see just a glimpse of what goes into what it is that I do. Um, it's not as easy as it looks. and and those are just just little just seconds of what it is. Like let me go through something here really quick. So like this part here, this machine is amazing. It is awesome. I love it. But when putting things on there, like I have to put it on and kind like press the patch on there to make sure it is in the right spot. I don't have any real feeling in the tips of my fingers anymore because the bottom plate is like 328 degrees. The top one is 256 or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what it said on there. It fluctuates. But either way, it it takes a while. Once I get into a groove, then I'm good to go. But man, it takes forever. So I wanted to share that because there's a lot that goes into it. And then after I take it off, um, I'm pressing on the patch a second time to make sure that the patch is down. Now, on some of the I'm touching right here. There's no patch here. But on like the edges, like you might feel a little bit of the edge, but it's mostly because those patches, they're not meant to bend like that. They're just like straight across, right? So that's why I have to actually press them all the way down on the corners when it's done. Again, which is why I have no feeling in the tips of my thumbs now or my fingers. But I love it. I love creating stuff, and you all you love it too, and I say that only because I sold out like 3 different times, so thank you, all of you, for that, because that is amazing, and I have got a lot more stuff that's coming up as well. So, let me remove this from the studio here and then move this over here. I posted episode 474. If you've not watched that episode or listened to it yet, make sure to do so. That is with Bryce Wellman, and he is an emergency communications supervisor out of Cedar Park Police in Texas. And his episode not only shares his 911 story, but also his experience as a concert goer on 1 October during the Mandalay Bay active shooter incident. So it is a very powerful story. The episode is about an hour and 20 minutes, but man, very much worth it. And you won't be sorry. The next episode that I have coming up, 475, will be coming up for patrons and Facebook subscribers here soon. It's a special one that I'm going to be working on, which I'll talk about here a little more in a moment. But something to look out for next week, for the 28th of this month, is going to be the next DRT episode, the Dispatchers Roundtable. That next episode is going to be coming up, and that is going to be with James. I think he's still in the audience here, James Lockerbie out of New Jersey, and a couple other panelists. And we're going to be talking about reclassification, talking about the stuff that he has done, tips, tricks, just everything. It's one that you do not want to miss. So it's going to be next week, the 28th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, all over social media. It's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. So make sure to check that out. Again, we got that one coming up here. And let me see. Well, looks like we've got maybe some issues going on with the internet. I don't know. Either way, James, if you are here, this is going to be awesome. And it's going to be good to have you on the DRT. So I'm excited for that. And moving on here. Oh, let me see something. Is my internet not working? No, it seems to be working fine. Let me double check a couple things here as we're going along. All right, let me look at my feed here just to make sure that the feed is still working. Oh, something happened. Weird. Oh, no way. I got jacked on this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to continue talking here, but I'm going to type on this thing because everyone just got booted. Everyone. This is crazy. Okay, let's see. All right. So we got a little bit of dead air. That's okay. It'll be all right. All right, there we go. Now let's see if it unblocks it. Just the craziest thing, man. I have never seen that. All right, there we go. Now I see it that people are starting to come back in here. How crazy is that? Oh, that is nuts. All right. Let's see if we got people that are going to be jumping back in here. If you do, make sure to throw something in the comments here because obviously Facebook and NBC do not have a sense of humor. So we get to learn that one the hard way, right? All right. I see people are starting to come back in here. So let me know where you're at. Let me know. Actually, you know what? What happened to you? Shannon says, I survived. I was here the whole time. So this is crazy. Okay, so let me tell you what happened on my end. So on my end, it showed that everyone was gone, that there was nobody here anymore. I look at my phone and I look at my app. It says, same, I could hear you talking. Weird. Okay, so again, check this out. On my side over here, it shows that everyone who was viewing it, gone, disappeared. For a moment there, I thought, zombie apocalypse. Everybody's gone. Everyone disappeared. So I look at my app and it said that everything was blocked. And it was blocked because of the Rudolph video that I played. So I had to submit a dispute, and then it unblocked it and allowed people to come back in to view it. What bullshit? Are you kidding me? Come on. That is stupid. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah. Thanks, Facebook and the company that owns that video. Jeez. All because I wanted to show the weather. What dicks. All right. Yes, Big Brother is watching. Damn. Yes, Erica, Facebook and NBC don't want to let me play any more reindeer games. So if anything, this episode will eventually just disappear off of Facebook when this is done. I doubt it. I doubt that'll happen. I put in the dispute. It's fair use. Don't be dicks. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? So anyway, welcome back. See, Jack Warren says red noses for the wrong reasons. I know, right? Oh my God. What the hell? That's messed up. Okay. So we're back. We are back. So with that, I want to share one more video, and it's a video that I'm not going to get marked down for. Sheesh. But it's one that I'm definitely excited to share. So let me go to it. All right, here we go. It's just going to start up, so here we go. Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and I'm excited to announce that for the end of 2022, going into 2023, we are now adding Facebook subscriptions. And how much is that? It's only 99 cents. So there's no better time to become a subscriber of the podcast, but here on Facebook. So what do you get? For 99 cents a month, you get the following. You get exclusive content, live videos, highlighted comments, a recognition post. You also get early episode access, just like patrons on Patreon, and that's typically a week early. You also get a choice of one coaster, whether it be I Am 911, Dispatch Cola, Emergency Whiskey, Daughters of Dispatch, or Sons of Dispatch, and Dispatch Coffee. So you get a choice of one of those. You also get a coveted subscriber badge so that you can show off and say that you're a subscriber of Within the Trenches podcast. Again, it's only 99 cents a month, and also you get access to a private group where you will get all of this exclusive content, and we can have further discussions between us. Also, the live videos will happen there. So I'm excited to bring you all on this journey as we continue, because your contribution, your subscription, all of this goes towards more episodes, further content creation, the conferences that I had to, but also helps contribute to virtual events just like Dare to Be Great. So thank you very much, and welcome to Within the Trenches podcast as a Facebook subscriber. Yeah! Awesome! It is going to be good stuff. So, again, I'm super excited that I'm able to do this. So, there are already a lot of people who have signed up. Again, it is only 99 cents a month. So, what does 99 cents a month get you? Well, you heard it there. And so I've got the coasters, but also for the first 100 people who end up signing up to be a subscriber of the podcast on Facebook, you will not only get all of that stuff, but you're also going to get, and I don't have it right here, but you're also going to get a patch. People have been asking for I Am 911 patches for a long time, and I have a bunch of them. I'm not selling them yet, but I'm giving them away. And this will be the first time that I'm giving these patches away. So the 99 cents a month, that's for the coasters that I was talking about, but also you end up getting a bunch of other stuff and all the content that patrons are getting. Facebook subscribers are getting a portion of that as well. So like what I'm wearing right now, Facebook subscribers knew about that way earlier in the day. And there is the link right there. So if you would like to help support everything that I do, please, I would appreciate it. It would be awesome. And we get to have a discussion and everything in that private group. Now, Facebook subscriptions is basically a light version of Patreon. So for Patreon, it goes from $1 a month all the way up. There are 7 different tiers now. So if you're a patron of the podcast or you want to be a patron of the podcast, that is patreon.com/WTT podcast. Those have been revamped as well. There are tons of things that you get now because I've added hats, beanies, sweatshirts, and so much more swag. Those are there as well. And let me tell you, the amount of shit that you get on Patreon is a hell of a lot more than what you end up getting on Facebook. But Facebook is unique though, because in a way, everyone is on Facebook. So it's good and it's easy to be able to have people on there. And for just the 99 cents a month, you get the bonus content. You get episodes that are typically a week early before anybody else. We've got a private group there as well where all the subscribers can go in. And one of the best things is that we can have a discussion. And like I was looking for stories for tonight. You get a chance to influence the broadcast and some of the episodes or even the DRT that is coming up. So those are some big things right there. Again, you get a choice of one of those coasters, but then you also get that patch. So it's awesome. And I'm excited to have all of you, all of the subscribers that have jumped on so far. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. That's like a Christmas present to me because um I appreciate it. I appreciate it more than you know. So it's going to be awesome. There's a lot of cool shit too that's going to be coming up in 2023, and some announcements that I have that Facebook subscribers and patrons of the podcast are going to hear about way before anybody else. So thank you very, very much. Let's see. Erica says, putting that patch on my members only jacket. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Also, one of the cool things for Patreon is a sticker pack that I'm adding to it. I'm not selling these things. I've had them for a long time, but now they're going to be part of Patreon for those tiers. So the sticker pack ends up coming with Dispatch Cola, Emergency Whiskey, and Dispatch Coffee. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I've had these forever, and now they're going to be part of Patreon. So you got the sticker pack, and also you get a choice of Sons of Dispatch or Daughters of Dispatch, and there's the patches, sweatshirts, all kinds of other things, and the amount of discounts that you get to the store as well now. Holy shit! So anyway, awesome stuff, and I'm super excited for all of it. See, Don says, I've been a Patreon for a long time, didn't get none of that. That's because it's new. It's new stuff that I just added. So I'm going to figure all this stuff out with all the current patrons and then the new patrons that are coming out. Remember, those who are patrons right now, you're going to be getting one of those patches as well. I make sure to check the feed. I've got a bunch of new stuff on there, and you'll get all the explanations and everything there as well. So again, I'm super excited for that. And, I'm going on the 10-year anniversary. This January is going to be 10 years of the podcast. For 10 years Within the Trenches podcast, stuck to this mission of pulling back the curtain of what 911 professionals do daily through the power of storytelling. And everything that it has done, but because of all of you, has literally opened the eyes of millions around the world. Millions. By the end of January, the podcast is going to hit 2 million downloads. 2 million downloads worldwide. It's heard in over 60 countries. Never in my wildest dreams did I think anything like this was going to happen. And it all started from a college project in 2010. From me struggling with my own calls and not wanting other people to go through the same thing. But also the public not knowing what it is that you do. So I turned this into public education, but also for all of us who do this job, who feel alone, and so that you won't feel alone. That's where it all started. And in 2013, the podcast came out. In just a week and a half, 10 years. How amazing is that? You got the podcast, you've got the I Am 911 movement, Imagine Listening, Open Mic Live, Dare to Be Great, all of it. But again, some announcements that are going to be coming up here pretty soon that only patrons and Facebook subscribers will find out first before everyone else. So I am excited for all of it, and I can't even begin to tell you. Woo! Yeah. Just wait. There's a lot more to come, and you're going to hear all of it, and it's going to be great. Well, hold on a minute. Keely here. Keely, what is going on? She says, "Hi, I'm just getting here because life." We are just getting back in here too because apparently I violated some bullshit with the video that I played. So we're all back now, or at least I'm back now. Everybody could see and hear me apparently. But on my end, it looked like everybody was gone. And if you're wondering, Keely, what video it was the storm clip from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, what? What the hell? Let's see. I want to see that sweater in its entirety, but also maybe you need to add an ugly Christmas sweater to your store next year. Dude, I'm thinking about it. I might do that. See, Keely says, we are dispatchers. We violate bullshit all the time. That's right. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me stand up. Boom. Merry Sithmas. My brother's up in here. What's up, dude? Yes, add an ugly sweater like Keely said. You know, maybe I'll be able to go into the group with Facebook subscribers and you can help me design it. Like, what should I put on it? Or you can just start throwing some shit in the comments right now and tell me what you think I should put on it. Because that would be really cool. It would be cool to have something like that, right? Okay, continue in there. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask everyone, and we're going to go over this. My brother says, do it. I want one too. So one of the things, let's see, flashing red and blue lights. Yes, I could put that somewhere up on top. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So one of the things I asked when I put out there that I was going to be doing this episode today and everything, what your yo instead of ho ho ho. Yeah, I could do that too. So the question I asked is, what is your favorite Christmas movie, food, tradition, present, and memory? So go ahead and type that in, and I'll read that here in a moment. But for me, and I have to give a shout out to my homies, because I did something with them last week, right after open mic last week. I ended up recording a little piece with We Speak Dispatch, with my good friends over at We Speak Dispatch. And I jumped on there and we were talking about some favorite stuff. So this is a nod to you guys. Make sure to check out We Speak Dispatch. They're the best. And love those guys. We always have fun whenever we see each other, and it's hilarious. But one of the things that they had asked about was like your Christmas movie, you know? Actually, I think they asked about what food really makes Christmas for you. So I'll mention that here in a moment. But I ended up saying Christmas movie for me. The movie that makes Christmas for me, and this is going to be weird, like you might not be all about this, but it's not Christmas to me. Like the same way people say it's not Christmas to me until I see what's his face falling off the building on Die Hard. For me, it's not Christmas unless I have watched Trading Places. Woo! That's right. For me, it's Trading Places. It happens during Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I love Scrooged. I love A Christmas Story. I love all of and Christmas Vacation, of course. But dude, for me, it's Trading Places. I love me some Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Like that movie for me is Christmas. I don't know why. It was just one year, I guess. I ended up watching it, and I was like, "Yep, this is Christmas for me." Let me look in the comments back over here. Let's see. James says, "Grandma got run over by a burglar being chased by my patrol." What? Don says, "Okay, keep the trash talk to a minimum. When I ask this question, is that a Star Wars thing on the sweater?" Yes, it is. It's Darth Vader. And the villains are the Sith, so that's why it says Merry Sithmas. Yes. Trash talk. Why would I trash talk you? Like, not everybody would get that. So it's all good, dude. It's all good. Let's see. Shannon says, Die Hard, best Christmas movie ever. It is a Christmas movie. I'll fight you. Oh shit! You better watch out. You better not cry. Because Shannon's about to beat you down and you are going to die hard. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Yes. Keely says, so every year I light luminaries and take them down the side wall, excuse me, and stand outside and listen to the anticipation of Christmas Eve. Nice. Jack here says, Christmas mimosas on Christmas morning for the adults. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Let's see. So Keely says, Christmas movie. I have a sappy chick flick I like that no one realizes is a Christmas movie. Wait, what? So which one is it? Which one is that one? James says, love that money. Dan shoving steaks in his costume. For real, dude. That one is pretty crazy, but also in that same scene, so he's like putting the prime rib, right? He's got a big old slab of prime rib that he puts inside, but he also has a big ass chunk of salmon. So then when he's on the bus, he's sitting on the bus all trashed out, and he pulls the salmon out and bites into it. And when he bites in, it just like pulls out. It's probably the nastiest part, but it's hilarious. It is funny. I like it. Let's see. Don says, I get trash talk because I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies. Man, it is all good. It's all good. Don says, for me, it's not Christmas until I've seen Rudolph. I gotcha. All right. Yeah. Shannon says, you're goddamn right. James says, bro, an idea for an ugly sweater. Guess it was an epic fail. Oh, I thought you were talking about, I thought you were referencing a movie or something. That's what I thought you were doing. Because I mean that's part of it. So I like that. Okay, no, that's a good idea. I like that. Let's see. Jack says an ultimate Bloody Marys at breakfast. Oh, snaps. Is it one of those that has like a burger on top and like a big ass piece of bacon and then like shrimp? Like, have you seen those? Like, they've got those big ass Bloody Marys and they're just like just just enormous, full of food and shit. Let's see. Keely says, favorite food. Can it be alcoholic? Sure. See, my dad worked for UPS for 25 years. On Christmas Eve, he would come home and make a pitcher of toasted almonds and would drink the entire damn thing. So it's Christmas. When I break out the toasted almonds, it's tradition. The movie, While You Were Sleeping. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a Christmas movie. Then again, I don't know that I've ever watched it. Shannon says, my favorite Christmas dinner is at the Chinese buffet. Oh, like duck? Like on A Christmas Story when they're eating the duck and just like just cuts the head off. Let's see. So when I had put this out there, somebody had commented, a friend, Sabrina, and she says her favorite movie, A Christmas Story. And then for food, pecan pie. Look at both Don and Keely, the exact same words and everything. Shannon is laughing and says, no duck for me. You know what what I always found funny about that scene is I thought the guy who does that to the duck, there, if you listen to it immediately after when they're laughing, there's a part where you hear ho, 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 like like they're laughing, but it sounds something like that, which is funny. I always thought it was the guy who was doing that with the duck, but it's actually the mom. It's the mom who is making that noise. Who's like laughing like ha ha ha, and then ha ha ha, like I can't even do it. And I'm not going to play it on here because obviously somebody is watching that is going to take it down. But if you know the part that I'm talking about, or the next time you watch it, and if you thought it was the dude as well, it is not. It is the mom. The mom is the one who makes that noise. It took me a few times watching it to realize it was her that was doing it. See, James says, my brother and my father both hated that movie because they were called Ralphie. They look just like the kid. You know, believe it or not, there's a lot of people who don't like that movie. Like my kids, they're not really down with it. And I think it's because we didn't really watch it, but myself and my siblings, like us growing up, that is what we watched. And it was 24/7, right? It was 24/7. But I think we watched it even like a little bit before they started doing it 24/7 because they would show it on Christmas Eve and on Christmas, but it wasn't continuous in the beginning. But it's crazy too that the movie, it wasn't even a hit when it came out. It wasn't a hit at all. Um it has a cult following, as they say. And it just continued to build and build, and now it's 24 hours all the time. And actually, if you've been paying attention to TBS or TNT since the day after Thanksgiving, they've already been showing it 24 hours. That movie, Christmas Vacation, and it might be just those two that they've been showing already. It's been going on this whole time. Let's see. Keely says, has anyone seen the next one on HBO? I have not. I have not watched it, but I've been told that if you're a fan of the original, you'll dig the new one as well. And I would really love to watch it too. I really would. Let's see. James says, I love it. Same here, dude. Classic movie. I love that one as well. Sarah here says, I didn't see it until I was an adult. I've been in the house in Cleveland. Oh, for real? You've been to the house? That's pretty badass. I'd like to go there. I have to check it out as well before they sell it, right? Keely says, I'm currently watching Christmas Vacation, and you, of course, multitasking job hazard. Dude, it's how you do it, right? Love me some Christmas Vacation. I mean, right in the beginning, it is hilarious, right? They're driving, and I feel like Clark sometimes. I do. I feel like it. Except you won't find me moving my vehicle underneath a fucking semi. That's not going to happen. Yeah, Shannon, that sweater is a beaut, Clock. Oh man, I that's again another movie that I love so very much, especially when he's talking to the girl in the mall. He's like, "'Tis the season to be merry." And she's like, "Well, that's my name," and he goes, "Ha, no shit." But even more so when she's like, "See, they're up high. Check it. Just look. There's no lines." And he looks over at Rusty, and he's like, "You see, Russ? No lines." Oh, this shit's so funny. It's like, it's nipply outside. Nipple? Oh, um, that whole scene is classic. Love it. Chevy Chase, awesome. So good. So, food. For me, for me, what makes Christmas, and it doesn't feel like Christmas until I've had this specific food. And really, it's a sweet, it's the classic, like, cookies, the ones that are like either a bell or a tree. The bell is usually got like red sugar on it, right? And the green, or the tree, of course, is green. Those cookies, like that taste, like you can tell. Like me as a kid, those were the ones that we had. So growing up, and then as an adult, finding those cookies, and then that first bite, that taste, like I can taste it right now. Those are the cookies to me. That is what makes Christmas. Like, there's not a food, like a prime rib or ham, or nothing like that makes it Christmas for me. For me, it's those cookies. What about you? So Sabrina also said pecan pie. For her, pecan pie is really what makes Christmas for her. Again, for me, it's those freaking cookies, man. Like, I've got some downstairs, and diabetic nightmare cookies. They can be. They can be, because dude, I don't go to sleep right away. Ever since working in dispatch and working midnights, like, I've been out 9 years. But I still stay up, man. Like, I can't just sleep. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I'll crash out early. But most of the time, I won't sleep until like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'll be watching whatever I'm watching. I'm like, especially during Christmas time, of course. And it's the only time that I have them. But I'll have those Christmas cookies late at night. I'm like, is this my fourth one? So yes, yeah, the cookies are amazing. Don says, I can't think of a food that just reminds me of Christmas off the top of my head. Um, for me, it's those cookies. Um, Tradition wise, so let's see. For tradition, one of the things that we do is we open up pajamas. So we open up one present, and we open up new pajamas for Christmas Eve. Always a good time, always fun, and we play board games, but also we have a complete pig out. So what we do is everyone gets a chance. Everyone chooses whatever food they want. Okay. So for example, for Christmas Eve, I don't know, I want a burritos. One of my kids will want like ice cream. My brother comes over, he always wants meatloaf. So what we do is we make all of this food on Christmas Eve, and we just destroy it, and play board games, watch Christmas movies, and that's what we do. It's a lot of fun. And growing up though, we would open up presents from our parents, And then the next morning, of course, we would open presents. But then that evening, which would be, like for Christmas dinner, all of the family would get together and we would go to we would go to my Uncle Steve's house, and we would have a big dinner. We would have a gift exchange, but then we would all open up presents from our grandma. And I mean, there were tons of us in there, and we would just be having a good old time. And one of my most favorite memories of that would be, oh, hold on. Let me look back in here really quick. Keely says, you say pecan pie, and all I can think of is the scene in When Harry Met Sally. Pecan pie. Oh, waiter, there is too much pepper. I like it. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but I know what you're talking about. Doug, what is going on? What is going on? James says, used to be going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania with the entire family. Dawn says, tradition-wise, I bake cookies with my granddaughter every year, but she's 10 now and has an actual social life. Let's see. James says, the link above is a picture of my mini leg lamp. Oh, see, on my end over here, it just looks like a bunch of numbers and letters and stuff. Like nothing shows up. I can't even click on it. If I click on it, it will show all of that code on my screen. So I would have to go into my phone to actually look at it. But thank you for telling me what that is, or what it was. Jack says, I come from a family of fantastic cooks, so it's a foodie flavorgasm. Even better, right? I'm all about that. One of my favorite memories was all of us going to my uncle's house and doing, what we do, but then coming home. Like my brother and I were so excited to come home because what we had opened that morning, and actually, I don't know, maybe it was when we got back. Now I don't remember. However, the point, we each had a shoebox full of brand new Nintendo games. Like no shit, like NES, 8-bit gold. Like this. This actually is a Nintendo. But these games right here, we had 2 shoeboxes full of new games. And I remember us coming home and we end up getting those boxes and we went to our room because we shared a room, and we had this big ass TV, which I kind of talked about last week. And the TV had one button to turn it on, to turn it off. 2 knobs, UHF, VHF, just a few channels, bunny ears, but had a coax on it so that we could hook in the Nintendo. Oh, there it is. Yes, Nando, my brother right here. So here we go. Boom. Legend of Zelda Gold. Yes. That was one of the ones. I remember that box, opening it up, and all these games are in there. Legend of Zelda was in there. I think we had Magic Johnson's Fast Break, Duck Hunt. We had the gun. Like we had all kinds of games. I'm pretty sure we also had the game Friday the 13th. Yep. If you've never played that on Nintendo, you should try it. It was so shiny. We also got Mega Man 3. Oh man. So that's one of my favorite memories is coming home and seeing that, and also getting to go into our room. I remember the both of us standing there with these games, and we're like, Mom, Dad, can we go play? Can we go play these games? And they're like, go. So also Super Mario Brothers 3, man, that was in there as well. And so much fun. Let's see, Doug says, "You were lucky I never did the popular gaming systems. I was Sega and always a system behind." Oh, so we had that too. One of the other memories that I remember is we ended up getting a Sega Genesis. It was when Sonic the Hedgehog first came out and we had an extra controller. Yes. It was phenomenal. It was so good. Let's see, my brother says, "The music still brings me trauma to this day." Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same way. But yeah, the Sega Genesis was awesome. That was the year that I've got the video somewhere. I don't have it right here where I can cue it up. But the controller, I'll just say this, the controller was supposed to be for the next morning. And our mom kind of mixed up the packages. Oh, we still talk about it now as adults, and it's so funny. I love it. Let's see, favorite present. So how about this? I know we are over the hour, but we're going to continue going for a little bit longer because of the section that ended up getting cut out. Facebook. So what was your favorite? I can't even talk. Your favorite present growing up? Now we kind of talked about this last week, but I want to go through this again. There's some different people that are here, and I want to see what you have to say because it was a favorite movie, which we talked about. Food, a tradition, present, and then of course memory. So, and I shared one of those memories with you already. But your favorite present growing up? I mean, it can be something from recent as well, but um I like going back, going back and thinking about those presents that you got, but especially those moments, right? There's something about some of those presents that you end up getting that stick with you. So for me, another one that I can talk about, um, hit sticks. Do you remember hit sticks? It was HITSTIX. I've seen an updated version of those recently, and I thought, what? See, James says each year's new Hess truck or whatever vehicle it was, like 1980, it was an RV. Oh, okay. Transformers, yo. Transformers. Those were the best. Oh, man. Okay. Now the memories are coming back even more so. Excuse me. Okay, so let me answer James here. I don't remember if they wrapped around your wrist, to be honest. I don't think they did, but hit sticks. So it was a little box, okay, and it was a speaker, and you would turn it on, and it was wired to two drumsticks, and you could just like you were playing the drums, but in the air. And however, like if you did it really hard, it was a lot louder. If it was soft, it was just like a hi-hat, but that was one of the coolest things I remember getting. And I'm pretty sure I remember the Saturday morning cartoons, but during Christmas time, the commercials, it was like all Toys R Us or KB Toys, and they would have all of that. And then of course you've got your Sears catalog. Oh man, that was a long time ago. And you would have them, and it would just be like, but it was all in the air. So ahead of its time. You could find them now. Again, an updated version is pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts how they have it. But hit sticks, that was probably one of my favorite presents ever. I mean, there were so many different ones. But that one I remember because that one was just a lot of fun to walk around and just be like, just playing the drums, just doing it and doing it. See, Doug says my first cassette player. Did not have a radio on it though. It was used and had a Fox calling in distress tape in it. What? Apparently the previous owner or person that returned it was a hunter. That's funny. Dawn says, wow, I really can't think of a present that I loved. Dude, I'm sure there's one there. Watch. When we end up going off air, you're going to be sitting there and you go, that's what it was. Why couldn't I think of that? That's what's going to happen. So as I was saying, Transformers. I had an Optimus Prime. That thing was huge, but also straight up metal. Like if you threw it at your sibling, dent in the head. Just like craziness. Like you could seriously injure someone with these Transformers. And every time I had it, and it came with a trailer and everything too. You opened up the trailer and it had like a gun in there and all this other stuff. And but whenever I would turn it into the semi or back out, I would do the and it's just every time, because that's the sound that they make, right? When they would do it. But now I saw a video on Facebook of a new Optimus Prime that's actually like AI operated, and it's programmable. It's crazy. So you can tell Optimus to change, and you'll hear it go, and it'll go into a semi, and then the same thing, it'll come back up, but it moves by itself, and you can say, hey, Optimus Prime, and it'll go, yes. It talks to you. Like it does all this crazy shit. So I clicked on it because I wanted to see, how much is this thing? It's $1,000, dude. $1,000. I'm not paying for that shit. But it would be really cool. It is pretty awesome. Let's see. My brother here says, here's catalog with all those cool games no one had, like that Mad Dog shooter game or Dragon's Lair, right? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of cool stuff in there. James says, oh, I was thinking of something else. It was a piece of plastic wrapped inside of a cloth pattern. You smacked your wrist and it would become a bracelet. Oh, yeah. Those were good. Those were cool. See, Doug says, I had Soundwave. Optimus was hard to get. Dude, it was. Yeah. Yeah. And I say it was only because I remember my parents talking about it. And there's stories that. So one year, I wanted a Cabbage Patch doll. And it was that year. Like, if you look it up on YouTube, you can find the video of when those came out. And there's like a manager at a store standing on top of a chair and all these people swarming the person. And he's like, back up. We are sold out. And people are just like losing their minds because they can't find any Cabbage Patch dolls. I ended up getting one, but I remember my parents telling me that they had to fight some people for it. How crazy is that shit? Oh, it's so funny to sit with them and talk to them about some of the Christmases and stuff and how things went down. But they're like, we had to fight people. Like, people were actually fighting each other for those Cabbage Patch dolls. It's basically the way it was, the way you've seen videos, or if you experienced it, of course. Beanie Babies. What was it? Tickle Me Elmo. Furbies. Like, all of that shit. Cabbage Patch dolls, like that craze, all of that. There's a lot of different things out there that people go nuts for, and that's how it's gone. Keely says, oddly, I remember one Christmas when I was so sick, my mom forced me to the couch and kept giving giving me presents. I remember getting one of those cassette tapes that were like nature sounds and music, zen-like. I put it in the new player I got and fell asleep with all the presents just piled on me. Aw. That's a cool memory. I like that. Thank you for sharing that. That is awesome. Ronald says, Christmas present to myself this year is the Lego Optimus Prime. I like it. Very cool. I dig that. Keely says, but I still have my Bumblebee. You still have your Bumblebee? like metal Bumblebee, like back in the day Bumblebee, like that. Let's see. James says never got into Transformers. How about the tigers and lions that turned into a robot? Yeah, like from Beast Wars. Those were cool. You know, the dinosaurs and all those. Oh, wait a minute. Lions and tigers. Are you talking? You're talking about like Voltron? Voltron was badass too. Loved it. Voltron, Thundercats, like all of that stuff. Man, we're going all the way back. Doug says when Furbies were popular, they would hide them throughout the store. Oh, I get that. I can understand that. And people would just like randomly find it and be like, "Oh, I got one." Just like trying to find a golden ticket, right? In the chocolate bar. Oh man, Don says I feel old. Man, those were good times though. Those were really good times. Like now it's different, right? Because you can get pretty much anything anytime on Amazon. And as much as I love that, some of the memories that I have as a kid, like my kids won't get to experience that. Like I remember when malls were still a big thing, and there are, you know, in some areas, some of the malls are still, you know, pretty good, but a lot of the places that I've been to, the malls are dying out. And one of the things that I remember fondly when you know, growing up, Holland, Michigan, the West Shore Mall, like during Christmas time, man, going in that mall, I mean, it was crazy, of course, but you've got everything set up, and it was one of the coolest things. You would see your friends there, family, whatever, end up going to like fucking Sbarro's, get a piece of pizza. But of course, also like the almonds and the peanuts, that smell, other than the cookies, the almonds, which I bought some recently and I've been destroying them. Excuse me, but the almonds, man, those are the best. You go to a mall and you can smell them and you're like, "Oh, I want to get some almonds." Those are some of the things that I remember going to those malls. Yes, Doug, Toys of Us and KB Toys. KB Toys especially, but man, when KB Toys was getting towards the end of their run, the toys there were super expensive. Like you couldn't even just walk in and just like really buy something. Like that shit was expensive, man. Not cool. And then they all disappeared. Let's see. Don says, I didn't think I was that much older than you, but the things you're talking about seems I remember my kids playing with them. Don, we have no malls here, and the closest one is in Memphis, and you better be strapped and and wearing body armor. Yep, yep. Doug says, I love watching the old toy commercials on YouTube. Dude, okay. Thank you, YouTube. Yes, I agree with you there. There was one night that I had family visiting, and all of us were in the living room, and we turned on 80s commercials just to show my kids what some of those were. And they're like, these commercials are so much better than the commercials now. I'm like, yeah, yeah, for real. Like there was actual thought and everything that really went into those commercials, but also like it's just some of the toys and stuff that were out there. One of the ones that I remember that was so funny to me was Crossfire. Do you remember Crossfire? Like, it would start out, and it was almost like a Mad Max type thing, and there was, like, battles, and they had one kid on the one, spin, like, design, and another kid coming in on another one, and it's like, "Crossfire, now you're playing with fire. Crossfire, you." And, you know, it shows them, like, in this battle, and then it, you know, it zooms out, and it just shows the 2 kid playing the games, like, "Crossfire, crossfire, crossfire." Oh, it's so stupid. But, obviously, I remember that shit, so well done, Crossfire. Good marketing. I remember that. And I think we had that game too, but we didn't buy it, like, during Christmas time. Like, I think we ended up finding it at a garage sale once, and it was, like, $2. We're like, "Let's buy it." And then we played it for, like, a week, and it broke. Oh, man. James says, "My daughter last week, while the mall is busy, Dad, I was like, 'What, this? This is a normal Wednesday afternoon, not the weekend before Christmas.'" Doug says, "Do you remember crossbows and catapults?" Like, was that on there? Or I don't know. Was this a game? Dawn says, "Oscar Mayer, sing that one." Um, oh, I'm trying to remember it now. My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. Oh my god, I cannot believe I just did that. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. But it's all good because it's all in fun, right? So really quick, one last story. One of the things I remember as well, when I got the year that I got Optimus Prime, a cousin of mine ended up getting Megatron. Now, for those who don't know, Megatron, when you end up transforming him, he's not like on the movie. He wasn't a jet; he's a gun. And I mean, it was a big gun. But in the cartoon, if you remember in the cartoon, he turns into a gun, and Starscream, who's his toady, would end up shooting him and stuff. He would use him for it. So those were awesome. But I remember he had that. But also, this was during the time that my dad and my uncles were building this section onto our house, on the back of the house. And before they ended up splitting up the back section to be the dining room, a room, and a bedroom, and then another bedroom, and then a long hallway, the section where those rooms were completely open. So one Christmas, we ended up having Christmas in there. We had music going, we had all kinds of food, and I remember there was 2 different punch bowls, and there was one punch bowl us kids could not get into. Although we wanted to, because it looked a lot cooler than the punch that we had. Um, but the adults, um, they would do a gift exchange, and it would be gag gifts. And I remember this. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember standing there and watching all of my aunts and uncles opening up these gifts. And like one of my uncles had, like, he ended up getting like a package of tampons or something. Another uncle, or actually it was a cousin, ended up getting like a bra. And it was just so much fun. It was one of the most hilarious things. And of course, like my aunts and older cousins, um, they were getting some funny shit that was really like something that would be um that they usually wouldn't get, right? Normally wouldn't get. And everyone is just having such a good time opening these presents. And I know I've got pictures somewhere, but just saying, it was probably one of the most fun things I remember watching the adults and older cousins um do was have this gift exchange, but have it be like funny shit that they would not expect. And I remember seeing my uncle, who ended up opening the package of tampons. He opens it and looks at it, and everyone is just busting up laughing, and he's like, "How do I use this?" It was so funny, man. It was a good time, and I really uh miss those days. And maybe one of these days we'll all get back together and do something big like that. But my grandmother, my mom's mom, she was really the one that, she held everyone together, and it was awesome. And I miss you very much. It was a lot of fun during Christmas time, and she made it that much more fun. So I miss you, Grandma. Te amo, abuela. Let's see. James here says, when I was 11, my family moved to a new house with a full basement. Before my parents finished it, we would play soccer and ride our big wheels and bikes around the entire basement. That's awesome. Big wheels. Yeah. Those were the shit too. Those were awesome. Oh, well, this has been an excellent, excellent open mic. Thank you all for being here with me, for sharing these memories, these funny stories. I don't know what your number is now, but I hope it moved up. So let's just go for it. What is your number now? When I came in, I was coming in at an 8. I am way above a 10 now, and this has been an awesome time. So thank you all for joining me. And if you have any comments or questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the show, the flagship show, anything like that, send us an email, and that's going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Within the Trenches Podcast. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, as well as Carbine, and a big shout out to patrons of the podcast, as well as Facebook subscribers. And welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be really good. So I thank you all very much. And to all of you who watch, listen, share, support, all of it. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so very much for everything and for the support and just sticking with me throughout all this time. We've got 10 years, 10-year anniversary that's coming up here, January 2023. So that is awesome. Super awesome. Stoked for all the good stuff that's going to be coming up. So make sure to watch out for that. If you are traveling, please be safe. Be safe out there. If you're working, thank you for everything. We appreciate it so much. Also, have a very Merry Christmas. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. Don says, Merry Christmas. You made me forget for a little while. Thanks, friend. Yes, so good. I'm glad. Doug says, made me forget I have COVID for a while. Oh, shit. I hope you start feeling better, man. I hope things turn around. You start feeling better, and it goes away. But yes, Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for the job that you do and for joining me tonight and every time that I do Open Mic Live. Thank you so much. Have a good one, everyone, and we will see you in the next one. Did I forget something? I think I did. You can listen 24/7. The last part. I ended up going off on a thing there. You can see this on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. And then for the flagship show, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. Merry Christmas, and we will see you in the next one.